Well, pitter patter, let's get at her. As always, it's Joe the Bull Guy, and welcome to the Bullpen. We have Nicole and we have Jen with us. We have a hot topic tonight. Let me tell you, we're talking about toys again. We love talking about them here. Um, how's everybody's week so far since Monday? How are we doing? Yeah, I know it's kind of
Like Peter
like
Pottering this week.
kind of like a sandpaper dildo in the ass, but we're going to talk about that later to be factual. Before we get started, everybody who's here in the chat, guess what? You get a special sneak peek. Carl, put her on the big screen. Come on, Carl, put a fucking big screen. Here we go. You ready? Nicole is going to model off the Joe the Bull Guy underwear. Here we go.
Oh my God, right this second. All right, guys. So are you ready?
We're going to do it. Let's go. Oh, shit. How did you know, Joe? Look at there it is. You got to back up a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. You're close.
There you go. There's the front, guys. Look, eyes in the crotch.
That's perfect.
Wow.
Wow.
Carl, put your hands back where we could see them. G. Morton just had a conniption fit. And guys, you can't send a corgi. Jesus. You can't send a corgi here, but remember when she's battling, go ahead and send her one courtesy of that shake tonight. They're on the website, so if you want to support the network, please go into the bio. Go ahead and click the link and go get you a pair today. They're very cheeky, but you know what?
Very cheeky.
Carl, bring us back up there. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you. Look, he's on the ball tonight. I don't know. I think he was going to be there quick. Maybe he couldn't watch Nicole's ass anymore. They looked fantastic, and it's not just because it's my underwear. I'm just saying. But anyway.
They're fucking fantabulous.
Oh, the underwear. I wasn't talking about the underwear, but we'll go with that.
That's what I said, and the model was great.
Thank you.
Well, I was just referring to the model, not the underwear. But anyway, Aaron's like, shit, be right back. Aaron, do your homework.
Carl?
Anyway, look, I don't want to know what he's touching because, here's the thing. Just like him touching whatever he's touching, we talked about manual manipulation on Monday, right? So it's only fitting that we start with manual toys, right? So why don't we go ahead, Nicole, and kick us off for the first time?
So our first toy topic is finger vibrators. And these are hands into vibrators, they call it. It's an adjustable ring with a pad that provides pleasure. It needs lubrication for sure. So they say that you definitely need lubrication while using this toy. Like, that's just what are. So many of these are textured and can feel harsh when used raw against the clitoris or other sensitive areas. Trace the vibrators over nipples, hips, inner thighs, and backside to your partner before applying to more delicate areas. Further down at rest, the control you have. The more control you have, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Andrew, yes, it was a poor fucking decision to send that to Carl's house. They mistakenly actually thought Carl's house was Diddy's house. They didn't arrest Diddy. They actually arrested Carl. I'm just kidding. It was Diddy that went to jail. Told you, bitch. Anyway, are you? Did you just change your background like 3 times? Fucking
mid strike.
What are you with Diddy on D? What? What did you just say?
I said, yeah.
It was you son of a bitch, that sent that over here. That whole pallet.
What?
No, you ordered it with your fucking iRobot fucking Terminator fucking thing that you got with Jimbo's hair quality on it. He wanted it so fucking hairy it looked like goddamn Sasquatch. That fucking Sasquatch ate 50 bags of lunch. She does look like she might be in the schoolyard, but I think she's more like in D Block with Diddy.
I am not.
I'm
in A Block.
Oh, she's in A for anal.
I'm not against it.
Well, the finger toys can be used for any hole, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I guess they could even be used for the back of somebody's balls. I mean, I wouldn't want that there. I don't know if I would.
Definitely use lubrication, though.
Definitely.
I got it.
Definitely.
No one likes chafing. No one likes chafing at all.
No,
except for Diddy.
At all. None.
for
No.
Diddy. He gave oil to everybody else. So. Anyway, I'm going to end up getting sued by Diddy. That's what's going to end up happening. But by the way, AGT Network is who we were part of. Just saying, Carl said I had to say it more. So
Carl,
you can
say hi to everybody.
Hey, Carl, head of the network, say hi. He's like, I'm going to fucking kill him. Anyway, so yeah, Carl, yeah, you know, Andrew brings up a really good point. Andrew, how is Betty?
We haven't heard about her lately.
I just know that she had more Jimbo than, or more hair than Jimbo like.
Carl.
I'm here.
Oh. How's Betty?
There is no Betty.
Oh, we changed her name.
Oh, I know. It's one of them white trash names, isn't it? Like Becky Lynn, Tammy Lynn, Jessie Lynn.
Candy Lynn.
There
It's
is
me.
no Robo White.
Is it Bubble Lynn? What about Bubble Wrap?
Ooh.
Cinnamon. Sapphire.
Joe, why are you talking about
Diamond.
me when you're the one that ordered it?
Why do you? You know what? You're
Anyway,
going back to the
Nicole.
corner. No fruit snacks for you, Nicole. What's the next topic? Shut up, Carl.
All right. The next topic is: did you guys know that there's 9 types of different dildos? Like
I did
9.
not.
Whoa, wait.
How many?
Different
There's
types of dildos? There's 9.
Nine.
not
9 different
dildo?
kinds.
Like 5 plus 4. 9.
Yes, correct. One less
German,
than 10.
No, 9. Like, wait,
9.
hold up. 9 different what styles? Like shapes?
9 different kinds of dildos, and dildos are like to look like the male's shape, you know, the penis. Most of them, but then there's different kinds of these dildos.
This one hooks.
And
to
I
the
have a little
left.
bit of information if you want to hear about them.
Yeah.
I looked up one of the types. It hooks to the left. Why would you make a dildo that hooks to the left? I don't think anybody wants that.
I mean,
Where are you coming from? Sideways.
hey, there's some guys that do, and it actually hits sometimes in the right spot.
I was just going to say that.
Well, we
This
know what.
guy could hit it
Zach,
every time, and he was
Zach,
left-sided.
are you hooked to the left or the right, sir?
No, he is not. This was previous.
Yeah, this was a long time ago. This was
Bitch, don't be
During
talking.
my,
Recorded. He knows. You fucking know.
He knows I was a whore. Why does it matter?
hey, I'm right with you, girl. Let's go.
I keep. Listen.
I'm proud,
I just read my Bible, and I just repent because I used to have the little black book of hell, and we don't do that no more. We repented. It's only been 5 years since the last time. Now, if you would ask me in college, I would have said 10 minutes. Anyway, sorry, Mom. Hopefully you're not watching this. Aunt Lynn, I love you. Don't tell my mother. Anyway, yeah. Okay, so
So the first type, do you want to hear the first type is? Or?
I do.
Let's do it.
Okay, so the first type of the 9 dildos is this one is hard, and hard dildos are made with non-flexible materials like glass, stainless steel, or even crystal. These harder dildos can be great for stimulating specific areas like the A spot. Hey,
this is where I have a hard time.
No pun intended.
What is
No
it?
pun intended, but yeah.
But okay, so we talking like hard, like it don't even move hard?
It
Like
says
just a
it's
straight
made
rod?
with materials like glass, stainless steel, or even crystal.
Who the fuck is sticking
Uno
stainless?
momento.
You a fucking vampire?
Wait,
You're just
Uno
jamming it up?
momento. May I?
Okay.
Sure.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. We break
Mother,
it
may
down.
I?
I don't know what's going to come out from that brick wall other than Diddy and fucking bad regrets. What's up, Gray? How you doing? What's up, your
Oh my
people?
gosh,
How you
Andrew.
doing?
Hello.
Sarah, how we doing? Erin, yes, she's in the prison yard. She's waiting for Diddy. Dragon dildos. You're kind of creeping me out there. You're starting to sound like Carl. No, I'm just kidding. What is this? You said glass, and I had flashbacks to men in his jar. Yo, listen. How about look? She said glass, and I thought Pringles can, 2 sponges.
She
and a
even
rubber
said
band.
crystals.
Crystals?
Yeah, crystals.
Well, obviously, like crystal is in like smooth crystal, not like jagged crystal.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
I'm
we
pretty
hope.
sure they're not taking rebar.
Oh, is that
and
it?
putting it up there. What are you showing?
I have
Go ahead.
2.
Okay. I think that's enough.
Right.
We saw that. Yep. Okay. But I thought you said that you were afraid of using those.
I've never touched this.
I mean, you're touching it right
She's
now.
showing us an example.
Hence
Yeah,
why
I don't
it's
like the
this
glass
little
one.
bag.
See, you know what? As a guy with ADHD and mom, again, I am sorry if you're watching this because you're going to learn some shit about your son that you probably don't want to know. I don't mind seeing the glass dildo go in and out, to be honest with you. It gives you a peer into the unknown. Pandora's box, if you will. You could see right down there. It's rather than taking the speculate thing that opens shit up and not my thing. But I don't know. I don't think you really can squeeze hard enough to smash it, to be fair.
I'm tired of the prison yard comments.
Okay, so now you're in a white collar prison. Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful. Say hello to Biden for
I'm
us.
confused by this, so I'm kind of hoping that someone can help me. Is this just a handle?
No. No, it's not just a handle. It is, but it isn't.
Oh, you put your finger and then you.
Okay. Gotcha. Thank you.
While we whip,
Well, you
watch me
can,
nay nay.
so you could actually put
wait.
these fingers in the loop, and
Yeah, okay.
it's used for different motions of
Yeah,
different
but-
areas, and it
Got
holds
it.
I
on
kinda like
for
that
a
it's
more
got a hook.
ergonomic grip. Now,
got a
the
nice hook.
other side of it, people use for other things as well. It's
Right.
for going over, right? So there's
Right.
that way you could do it. There's other ways where you can take it and rub it around the body, and it becomes more of like a floor play kind of thing before it goes inside. Then there's the hook part where other people who like gaping, okay, it goes in sideways, not all the way to the bottom of the hook, but just enough to where you can hold on to it and it spreads it open to.
See, like, I've had those. for a
Jill
long
enjoys
time.
that one, I believe.
Huh?
I think Jill enjoys that one. Oh no, she said, "God, I prefer the real thing." Oh, I'm sorry, Jill. My bad.
Sorry. But those were like a free gift in like a package. So literally, they've never.
We're Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
I mean, look,
They've never been used. They've never been, because I told you guys, I am afraid.
she's like, I volunteer as tribute.
No, but wasn't our friend the interview we did on Tuesday night that dropped on Wednesday night? Doesn't she have a 10% code for us to get some? Jenna.
Yeah, we'll
hook up
see.
for
We'll
it.
see that in a minute. We'll see.
Oh, sorry.
Well, you know what? The cat's out of the fucking bag now. Might as well do it, and then we'll just jump into that. Carl, play the fucking clip. Wait, what?
Big Dick, what?
What is this?
Yes. That's actually a problem, Nicole.
Wait, hold on. So this is a tab on the blog site, and
Yeah.
it's Big Dick. Someone actually said this is a tab we need to put up there. What else
Yes,
do you have there?
big dick problems.
What is
Wow.
it? Is another one on what is a water slide? Like, so what's some of the other ones?
Some of the other ones are inverted sex positions.
Wait. Inverted as in like we're taking doggy and flipping it the other way?
Basically, yes. Just turning around. Confidence in the bedroom.
Spinner like a
NPC.
fucking top.
Wow.
NPC? Did you say NPC? Like,
Yes,
oh, thank you.
NPC.
Oh, thank you. Oh,
FPT positions.
that's funny as fuck because that's probably what fucking Carl's doing right now. Oh,
Yeah, what are you doing, Carl?
Well, wasn't that a little fun little clip there? Carl was doing some nasty shit with the stroker while we were recording. Like I look over and all I see is, and I'm like, oh, Carl, there are 4 people in this room. Like you are not alone, sir. That might be your house, and we are doing this virtually We might not know if
But-
you have pants on, but when you're going like this, and I only say that because the damn thing was about this size, and I mean it was it I guess
Do you know what's crazy? Like, I literally, it's so funny that you dropped that because I just met her like 3 days ago and she just told me today about her business. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh, girl, we best friends.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, listen, there is a code, and Carl's finding that code from the video. I believe it's podcast 10 is what is the code, but Carl's going to confirm it for us. And while we're on the subject of Jessica, we have Jayco Drip that's going to be coming in next week with us. The ones who make our merchandise, right? Our tumblers, Nicole's underwear that she's wearing,
my hoodie that's in the dryer.
your hoodie that's in the dryer, the onesie pajamas with the butt flap for Christmas, the ugly sweater, the
Are those out?
podcast official shirt. These are all getting dropped by Tuesday of next week. So the official podcast shirt that we will have, and you guys can buy your own with the whole team on the sleeve. And then we're going to have some new comments to be putting on the underwear, like, oh, wrong hole. Haha, just kidding. So, like, exit only. So, a couple of things, like 9/16, go here. Fun things. And then
Fun.
we're also going to have a couple other people that we're going to bring in, all women-owned businesses. And me and Jimbo are not going to be here. There's going to be a podcast that will drop next week, probably Thursday. We'll film it on Tuesday. And we'll drop the trailer on Tuesday evening after the podcast. Well, after we record it. Wednesday we'll do. Actually, you know what? Wednesday we'll do the actual podcast. We'll drop it, and on Thursday we'll go ahead and have the blooper reel hit. While you guys are all here, just as a reminder, we are changing the hours of the podcast. I'll leave a video up there and I'll try to post the hours, but we're going to do Mondays and Fridays for right now at 12:30. And we're going to, in the next couple of weeks, probably after Christmas, basically just to give everybody time with their family, which we will also have posted when we're going to be off for Christmas. But because, it's important to be with family. Yeah, I know we're talking about sex toys and whatever, but let's get sober faced and let's do the right thing here. Families are important. You are important. And it is important that you're here tomorrow. So even though we might not be here, we'll have content posted so that you won't miss us. But when you have that inkling to strangle the fuck out of your parent, watch the video. Okay. But we need to be with our family just like you guys need to be with yours, even if we want to just shake the living shit out of them because they're terrorists. I said it. I fucking said it, Mom. I said it. You fucking heard me. Aunt Lynn, go ahead and tell her. Come right to this moment in the fucking podcast. You, Mom. What makes what holidays fucking anxious and anxiety-ridden fucking. This is why I drink. You. Anyway, I love you, Mom. I'm just kidding. Anyway. So we're gonna get back into sex toys now. That's not awkward at all. What's the
The next one is, we just talked about the hard dildo. This one is the soft dildos. These are
wait a second. We just talked about Carl with the stroker. Why don't we go into the stroker real quick? You said something about some automatic stroker. We'll circle back to the dildo.
Yeah.
Because I kind of feel like we got to talk about that because Carl was beaten off.
Carl obviously had to.
Well, Jessica had a really nice top that was low cut. Then you had Nicole over there looking like Nicole does. I'm over here all gussied up, and he's fucking looking over like it was,
It seems appropriate for what's going on.
I felt really bad, actually. I got you, buddy. I felt really bad that I was, I caught that out of the corner of my eye, but it was kind of like, oh God, why? Carl, put it away. Don't let anybody drop time. No, I'm just kidding. He's good. No, Aaron, my mother will never end up on social media. She hates social media. She doesn't understand how to use the VCR. I love her to pieces. I know she'll never see this unless I show it to her. My aunt does it to her. So I know I'm there. But she couldn't be on here. You think I'm bad. Where the fuck do you think I learned it from? Wasn't my dad. It was my mom. But she pretends that she's, Miss Prim and Prop. No, I'm just kidding. She's My parents are pillars of the community. I'm the degenerate fuck in the family. Hi sis, hi bestie. Jill, where's the ass? Go ahead. I'm waiting. Jill. I already said hello to you twice now. We're calling you out on the podcast.
Hi, Daddy.
That's just so wrong on so many levels. Let's go back to the let's talk about these strokers since we're on the topic of daddy.
Stroker.
I don't know. We didn't. I don't.
You said the male. What was down on the list after the dildos? You said there was a male AIDS, right?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, we're talking about cock cages. Yes. So it was known as a chastity cage as well, and it devices that were served characters who are arousing, not being able to get. It just pretty much just said they were the little cages around the area, and it was either metal or plastic, and they locked with a padlock or key, and you could unlock them from being able to have an erection. Basically, the opposite of a penis ring. So you guys know we didn't talk about penis rings, but it's the opposite of a penis ring. It's literally like a little chastity little thing with a pad on, and you can unlock it so they can have their erection.
You ever see a dog cage for a Yorkie? That's what it is.
Yeah.
Just with the kids and moon. That's all.
Okay.
I mean, tell me I'm wrong. Think about it.
No,
Think
you're
of a
right.
little Yorkie, because it's good. Or take the cage that the Yorkie goes in and shove a fucking Rottweiler in it.
That's not going to be pretty.
It never does. And then you think about it. You take that off.
That's like a muzzle, Aaron, I think.
Oh yeah, it's a muzzle for your cock. That's all.
So is that more like of a fetish type thing, or
Yeah, it's called a cuck.
I mean,
Oh,
it was in
okay.
the same area as the same other toys. I don't know if they would consider as I guess it could be a fetish, but I think it also can be joy as like more painful if you're into that.
It's
more.
pain and pleasure, and it's also considered a kink as well. So
Yeah.
it's a form.
I would
of
say it was more a kink than a fetish, I guess.
yeah?
Well, it could be both. Actually.
Or it could be, it could be anything, to be honest.
It's like bourbon.
Unisex.
You know, all bourbons are whiskeys, but not all whiskeys are bourbons, right? So, like with that theory, is that it can be a fetish because maybe the person fantasizes and desires to be made less than, right? Or on the flip side, it's a kink because dom sub relationship, right? So there's that. Then you have the foreplay and the pain and pleasure portion of it. You have the CNC, and if you don't know what that is, you probably shouldn't belong here, or go Google it. You'll look it up real quick. It's not the gas company, just for the record. But the other portion of that is that it's a form of humiliation, which could again.
That's what I was gonna say. Like,
well, I mean, chastity belts back in the day were not actually meant for like a sexual gratification, right? What it was actually a way of preventing. I'm trying to think, forced upon activity.
yes.
Okay, so the chastity belt was to protect them from being that, as well as making poor decisions. So it wasn't, because think about it, back then when chastity belts were around, like Robin Hood Men in Tights, right? Author in the Round Table. I know I'm using fictitious shit. Don't come for me.
You know what he means.
The Crusades, right? So we're
Right.
talking like the 1600s, the 1500s, like the rise of the Roman Empire and the church. So, and you never thought we were going to talk about all this shit with dildos and cock cages, but hey, you know what?
But you have to. That's the origin of a lot of this stuff. You have to go back. The history is what makes the future.
Right, 100%. So, like, if you look at like throughout history, that humiliation thing, it's basically just a way of dominance. I mean, that's what it is. It's just, but the chastity belts, go back to that, was when they would take over like a city, right? Hannibal did it the best, right? And I'm not saying that he was right in any way, shape, or form, or any of that. You know, I'm not siding with anybody. But if you look at the business model, if you will, he would take over a place like Sicily, and he made his troops mate with everybody on the island. But now if there's a chastity belt, you got to try to break that off. If you can't break it off, that person's still of pure bloodline and they're intact and they're not flowered or deflowered, excuse me.
Right.
So it started as something as a protection device, which later turned into my chastity belt on my wedding night comes off, which there's where the kink starts to come in, but where history and functionality and kink come hand in hand. I mean, if you look at most of the toys, most of the shit we use in everyday life, right?
Yeah.
I mean, look at a mop. Seriously, like you look at the head of a mop. Now look at a cat nine tail. It's nothing different. It's just different material, right? So things evolved because somebody got bored and looked at it and went, I can put this in my vagina, right? So I'm just saying, I mean, like that's how this all comes. So the cock cage was really more, and they actually used that as a form of torture back in the day too. Like that was actually a way of they would do that, have virgins or people touching them to get them hard, and then they would beat the shit out of it with a ball on a rope while they sat in a chair and come up underneath. And,
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, History Channel. It's fucking great, man. You learn all sorts.
I love the History Channel. I really do. Like, I think it comes with age. I could be wrong.
Right.
That's the military channel.
No, but I feel like the older I get, the more interested in learning things that I get. Like,
right. I feel that.
Well, here's my thing with it, right? Like the more that I get, the older I get, I start to realize that the experiences I have, and I start to see the pattern, right? History repeats itself, and
100%.
fashion is the easiest way. And Nicole, tell me if I'm wrong. How many times in your lifetime has bell bottoms come back in style?
Like at least 2 or 3.
Right.
3.
Now, right. At least 3. Hot pants.
At least, 3 for me. I'm older than Nicole, though.
Well, I got hot pants, like what you're wearing. How many times have those come back?
Twice in the 80s and now, I think, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I think it started in the 60s, went to 80s, and then now, right? So either way, but it started then, but it repeated twice, right?
Right.
You got Janko jeans.
Peace signs. They were really popular in the 90s, and now they're popular again.
Right.
Jinkos,
so
smiley faces.
Everything comes back. Well, look at fucking Reebok. Reebok was written as like cheap shit back in the day. Now it's all of a sudden an expensive brand. Champion. You got that at Kmart and Ames. Now you're getting it online for $90 fucking for a hoodie.
Exactly.
So things come back full circle. So just like this, the evolution of these toys literally had to fucking start somewhere and in some kind of historical fashion. Because no one just went, you know what? I'm going to make this glass phallic looking object so I could stick it in my vagina. Like that's what they thought, but they didn't look at the glass and go, this can go in there. Somehow, somewhere, somebody thought about it.
Okay, does anyone know, are women's toys usually made dominantly by women, or are their ideas come up with by men? Do any of us know?
So I think when I was doing my research one time when we were doing like fetish or this day, I did notice that originally like the movement started with a group of women that like were like, wanting to explore and not feel embarrassed by what they wanted to do. So I think it began with women, but I don't know if it's like as the time has went on that if it's still that way. I didn't see any more research about that.
No, thank you, because I was wondering what the history.
Yeah, so I think it was just like a group of women, and I think it was like when women started like speaking up, like started coming out with like self-care and stuff. So like I think it was like late 80s, not like 80s going like forward. Even though there were been toys for many years, it became more open and like they started opening stores and like online and the revolution started.
Well, I mean, you had Rosie the Riveter, things like that, but I mean, these toys went back to Roman times with the
original. No, exactly, but it was very secretive.
Right. Well, not in the Greek time. So there was a time where it was just everywhere. Like they didn't care. But then it started to get when the formation of like organized religion, right? When they moved from deity to like one singular entity, right? So when that transformation happened, that's when it went from free love and sex to one God marriage, right? But you also had to think about that you had to think about like they had back then. They didn't have the internet. They didn't have anything. They didn't have science. They really didn't understand the world that they lived in. So they had to make up something that made sense. So that's what made sense. So how do you, if you have somebody who passes away at 30 because that's the end of life, they don't live as long as we do because malnutrition, no antibiotics, things like that. They die at like 30 or even younger, right? You have these hormones that are raced that we keep in check, but back then we're very archaic and animalistic, right? So you have all of these things going on. Like, I mean, the old proverbial caveman walked up to the cave girl, goes, "Ooh, hot," bang, and then throws over the shoulder and goes, right?
See you later.
You know, like, this is mine. Like, if we did that, could you imagine if I was walking down the street, looked at like Nicole, Jen, or anybody, like, and just literally like wandered around and just went bam, whack.
Boom.
Like, I'd be in fucking jail so goddamn quick it wouldn't even be funny.
Right.
Right? No bail. No bail.
Bam, 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 bam is what would happen. You know, I'm just saying. But yeah, all of these like things. It's funny how the building blocks happen. Like the art in Papua New Guinea. If you look at any of their sculptures, a lot of them are of women with a huge dick, and it's not for like trans anything. It's nothing like from what we had today. It was literally a fertility god. Now, if you look at some of these things, and my Mr. Kemenifi, this one's for you because I paid attention, even though you thought I didn't. Okay, yeah, Art of the Pacific Isles. Thank you, sir. But anyway, he was also the ceramic teacher. But he taught this class, and what we ended up finding out was that when scientists did residue tests on it to see like how old it was to age it, they ended up finding distinct yeast that was still in the wood. So these fertility gods were actually used then as masturbatory aids, and that's in New Guinea. You go over into Australia and other places that had indigenous people before anybody came over there, right? Not even here, just like whether it be Africa, whatever. I mean, you had some shit that, like, when you go to museums, you're like, that was definitely a dildo. And they're like, oh, no, this is a warhammer. Oh, yeah, it was. You know, like, the war was on her vagina. That was before. So, you know, like, but that's where all this shit comes rooted in, which I always find fascinating, which I know we keep talking about, like, sex toys and stuff like that, but that's the crazy part about it. Like, this is something we grab and we go, you know what? I don't feel like being alone this Saturday night. Right? What caused that? Like,
right.
Tom Edison, one of my favorite quotes is a newspaper asked him, you know, it took you 999 times to make a fucking light bulb. Obviously, the fucking wasn't in there.
Right.
But literally looked back and he goes, no, I found the correct way to make a light bulb. I found 999 ways how not to make a light bulb.
There you go.
That's the silver lining. So a lot of these things that we look at that are household items, you know, that neck massager, that's, you know, the wife beater 3000 or whatever the fuck it's called, womanizer or some shit, which I find absolutely ridiculous. Because if I was like, oh, he's a womanizer, you're going to get upset. But then if I'm like, go grab the womanizer, you're like, come on. Just saying. Anyway, go ahead. It's all about the perspective and the angle. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, I know that it's also TikTok, so it's not as censored. I know we're less censored over here. We have to be. But anyway, let's go ahead. What?
You ready for the next one?
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm sorry, I went off on a tangent there,
It's all good.
That's what fascinates me. That's why I keep bringing the like, let's do toys, let's do this, because it's engaging, but it's also that like
Educational.
right. Like, it's fucking weird. Who would have thought?
It's an experience.
It is
It's
an
experience.
Could you imagine using wood up there?
No.
Yeah, right.
That's
So
what
this
you-
next one is a hands-free vibrator. So most of the vibrators you have to use your hand or the partner's doing it for you. This one is a mechanical plaything, helps you rub at one without a lot of work. Hands-free vibrators on top of the clitoris or another tender area. Some also have penetrative arms. So some of them have arms on them, like little mechanical arms. Yeah. And then
Little alien fingers.
you can control the oscillation. So there's several different speeds through a remote or an app on your phone. So you can do it from your phone, or you have the remote.
I got it.
Don't let your mother try to make a quick call.
That was no.
It was actually in the notes on the article, so I just included it because I thought it sounded funny.
No, it's great. No, it's
perfect. Nicole is literally the best researcher in the whole world.
Thank you. Oh, good night,
Good night,
Graybeard.
Ray, have a good night, man. We appreciate you.
Nicole and I are on the same
He
level.
said alien fingers, but all I kept thinking
Well, for
was
sure.
like lettuce fingers.
I don't know exactly. I didn't see a
remember-
picture of it, but it just said mechanical arms.
Okay, I'm looking. I'm looking it up.
Yeah, go look.
You're looking up what the alien fingered vibrator thing?
I'm
Yeah.
very I want to know what this thing looks like.
It's gonna look like a fucking octopus. You know what it's gonna look like? What was the fucking thing before it became the alien in the movie where it was like running across and
Oh,
it
yeah,
had the
it's like
fucking
a little
that's what it's
beetle
gonna look
thing or
like.
something.
You probably bend it around like the fucking light stand that you use for your phone on TikTok. Did you? I did.
Does it look like that?
Name. Carl, could you put up the discount code again, please, sir?
For research purposes.
Okay, what is the actual name?
Creepy finger dildo.
It doesn't. It just says hands-free vibrators.
Okay.
So there's probably like a few different in that thing. I just looked up the the general of the thing of it. There's probably like different names and stuff for them. A little bit different.
Yeah, they like. Okay, I get it. I get it now. Yeah, for research purposes only. They're expensive. Like $130.
Oh dang.
But there's there's like
Yeah, there's
multiple
different kinds and
functions.
different
Yeah.
styles within
Yeah.
the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just looked up like the general of it this time.
Oh, that's weird looking. I mean,
See? Do you get where you
I
get it?
know. I understand. Like I understood from the get go, but like, oh my god, this just looks like the spa can. Now I'm going down a rat. Dude, please, if I die, someone clear this browser history. I don't need anybody fucking. Here, look. Jesus Christ! What?
Like this one has a little tongue with it. Oh, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty.
Sliding foreskin and testicle dildo. What?
Wait, what?
Yeah, you literally grab it and you can pull the foreskin.
Wow.
Why would I don't know about that.
Here's what can I ask an honest question? I know, maybe it's me or maybe it's Maybelline, but at what point do you get a fictitious animal penis and say that's what you want to get banged by?
Oh, I seen a horse one. I seen a horse one, and it splooged.
Well, this is like the freaking hand, like, and it's blue. What?
Yeah, promise. Let me see if I can find it. I was like, what? Yeah, it splooged.
I'm just like we went down a rabbit hole that I don't want. Oh, look, there's Carl with the octopus thing.
Can it?
I don't know.
Oh, you can't see it because of the background.
Background. You'd have to shut off
Okay,
your background.
that's it's fine. But no, just literally all you have to type in the search bar is what I just said.
Okay, I have to get off of this. This is starting to be inappropriate. Like,
Okay, go look at what I just said.
I did look at what you just said. I looked at all of it, what you just said. I just was, that's the beauty of the laptop. I just pulled up another window and it just looked like I was staring off in the distance with my gorgeous eyes. I'm just kidding. Anyway, yeah, that's going to give me fucking nightmares for the rest of my life, but not as much as Diddy in prison. Okay, so what's the next one?
Another one would be strap-ons.
Yo, they have a fucking tick. Are you serious? Thank you for sending that. One of the people in the chat, Andrew. It's a fucking tick. Oh, that's how that's used. The arms go inside and that thing sits on top. That's a hell of a video. I'm done. How do you have a realistic dragon cock? How does that work? Dragons don't exist.
Yeah, did you see the alien one too?
Yeah. And it says realistic.
Yeah.
Realistic.
How do you know? Right?
Roswell.
Facts.
I mean, for the alien. For
Yeah.
the dragon, I'm not fucking sure.
I'm not sure how that came out.
I did think my high school gym teacher was a fucking dragon, but she was ridiculous. Oh, look there. Look at the bottom. Do you see that? Podcast 10. There you go. Oh, just ordered one. You know, a mechanical arm that thrusts. Yeah, I saw that one too, Aaron. There's some crazy shit on there. Okay, what's the next one we got?
It's strap-on. Are you ready for it?
Just
like the rabbit, but we haven't talked. Actually, let's do rabbit vibrators, and then
do
we
the rabbit first, because then
all right. So the rabbit vibrator. The rabbit vibrator penetrates the vagina while fluttering and one's clitoris. This allows both areas to be aroused at once. I'm sorry. So one's on a clitoris, one's in there. Sorry. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's variety of speeds and settings, or you can just thrust it. So you don't have to turn it on. You can just manual, like we've talked about, manual manipulation. You can set vibrations to your optimal movements and pace, working your way up. So you can work the speed and control up. And then it can pulse the dildo end inside of you until you are perfect. Most pleasurable rhythm. So, like, I guess while it's in there, I've never used a rabbit my personal self, so I don't know what it feels like. But I guess it's like a fluttering while it's inside, like deep in there. And then if you thrust, this can be hands-free.
Did anybody see her face when she said the word deep? Asking for a friend. But go ahead, keep going.
Oh, that was it. That's all I had on rabbit. Did you? I mean, we can go into straps. So that was a little bit of the rabbit. So now the strap-ons, just like the rabbit, this toy uses two parts: the harness, and then it's got the dildo part, and then the harness straps to your crotch, allowing you to penetrate your partner with the flat base. So there's a flat side of it,
not just the crotch.
Yes.
Back.
And then these types of dildos can lay flat and secure on a surface. You can even enjoy them without the harness. So you don't always have to use the harness, but you can. And then you can strap it onto your body and penetrate your partner. So you can strap it onto you, but then you can use it on the partner. And then if you're wearing a strap on and pretending doggy style, try using a belt, preferably leather. So this is if you want to do a doggy style with this toy. Loop
You
it
found
under.
a fist?
What?
Wait, I'm sorry. Andrew found a fist one.
Nice.
I guess that's where anal fisting comes from.
Andrew's scarred.
Okay, and it says it keeps it under the stomach and hips and holds to the end with one hand and provokes the end with the other. This will give you the most thrust and control. So that's a strap-on.
Okay, so here's where I get interactive with you. Have you ever been with someone that used one? Or you used one?
I've never used a strap-on.
Me either. So I don't know the
I
height.
haven't.
I've used an extender, or at least it was shot on me, and I did not know that until it was like I was like, "What is this? This is weird, and it's making weird noises, and it's just all bad."
Thank goodness
Well,
I've
it's
never
very
experienced
Extender,
that.
it's not worth it for.
It's really queefed.
Do you guys want to know a little about the vibrating panties?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I've actually used the vibrating panties before, and those are pretty sweet.
Are they?
Okay, so there's these panties where you have this like little bullet, and it's like it looks like a little vibrator, and it vibrates, and it has like this little pocket on the underwear, and you can have like a remote, and you can control it that way. So it's constantly while you're out and about having dinner, it's like literally vibrating, and then you can either use an app on your phone. So not only a remote, but it also has an app on the phones.
So you don't think it's
And there's
strange
a few
like
different
walking through
kinds,
the
like, it's not
grocery
just that
store,
one.
like, oh my god, like
I
I don't
mean,
know. I had an ex that we had one of them, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, I had a blast. I waited until we went over to her mother's house for dinner, and I told her, I was like, "You're putting this on." She goes, "Why?" I said, "If not, you're staying at your mom." She's like, "I hate my mom. Then wear the underwear." And while we were sitting there, I was just zapping the shit out of it. Bing, bing. It was just, it was like training the dogs to not run, through the fence.
yeah, into the fence.
Even just me flinching to go get it, she immediately like, it was like she braced for it. It was interesting. I mean, I was waiting for you to say it. Do you have an experience with that?
who, me?
Yeah, either one.
I mean, I've used it, but like I've never had it was a great experience. I mean, I didn't even use it in public. I mean, I got them and I tried it out and I never used it again. But I mean, it wasn't.
No, I've never been down that rabbit hole.
That's
I'm
why I'm
saying
so
I'm
happy to talk about
against it.
toys because I really am very inexperienced, actually, to be honest. I mean, I know I look like I probably
They have an
know
app
that.
now, right? They have an app. So those panties you could hook up. I could be in Germany, you could be in New York, and I could be screwing around with you.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it does help bridge the gap with long distance. So there is
Exactly all
some
that.
benefits to it. And there's some humiliation ritual to it. I mean, could you imagine, fucking the log flume down there, according to Zach.
Right.
You know,
Okay, do they make them for men?
Oh, I didn't see anything on that if it was for men or women. It just said that it was vibrating underwear. So it's possible, yeah. I mean, why can't the man wear the normal brief ones that has the bullet in it that they use for the females? I couldn't see why a man can't use that either. So yeah. I also have penis rings. If you guys want to know a little bit about that, or do you want to end that on that one, or we want to talk a couple more?
Give us two more.
Okay, so the penis rings make a partner with a member last longer through. So they say that by using these rings, you actually last longer while having intimacy, like having sex. And they're these little round little rings, and I've seen them. I don't have to look at a book, but you literally put them on there at the very bottom.
I know all about this already.
It's like hard, What? Yeah, I mean, I've used those multiple times. I like to put them on while I'm giving a blowjob, So
Fair.
it's also been a long time for that one as well. So let's go. I'm moving forward.
Last night, anyway.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm sure there's RC everything. Why wouldn't there be RC those? Like,
Right. And then the next one is
about restudying. Love you, buddy. Anyway, go ahead. What's the next one?
okay, and the next one is nipple clamps, and these are tiny little alligator heads, and you literally clip them on your nipple, and they're amazing, but they're also painful at the same time. And then some of them can be stimulated or not stimulated. Yes, I just grabbed my nipples. I didn't just. I know. I noticed it after I did it, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I already know."
That's fair.
So I guess you're not surprised that there's one good thing for vibrating like that,
You know,
or
demonstrating-
that are shocking as well. Yeah, you know that's a fun one.
Right.
Dog collar. Bzz.
Yeah, buddy. No, not yet. Sorry for the interruption, chat.
So, you are studying good.
Oh, did we do the thing of the day?
No, he didn't do his
Daily
affirmation today.
affirmation. No, I did not. I did it earlier on live. So, thank you for the reminder. Coming to you from thetirednurse.com. Okay, she called me out almost all this whole time. You are stronger than your shitty ass excuses. Enough of the bullshit and man the fuck up. So to make this for everybody, people the fuck up.
Society the fuck up.
Yep, Andrew, you and I were both called out on that one. Facts. But we are going to wrap up. So next week, we will be here Monday. Wednesday will be the women owned businesses, which will be awesome. We'll have a couple of guests on that. And Zach and Jen. It's habitual. It's just
It's
habitual.
fine.
Like it's
fine.
like,
I'm
you know,
okay.
Ren and Stimpy.
Zen. It's fine.
But Jen and Nicole will go ahead and interview a couple of women-owned businesses. Both of them have owned businesses on their own as well. So will be a nice discussion, and I think that you guys will enjoy. So make sure you follow, like, share, and subscribe. Up at the top. Take all of the links in there. Go take a look at them. And remember, tomorrow's a better day with you in it. And you're fucking amazing. And we like to see you come back day after day. So,
And it's okay to not be okay.
Facts. Facts. We will see you guys next week on Monday. Don't miss out, 12:30. And we'll post a video with the schedule. As always, Carl is behind on the 8 ball. Carl.